Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. On tap is what should be a pretty good matchup between the Washington Redskins and the Chicago Bears. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
That was shot ready. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Watch time, watch time. 2 yards. Tight end,
ready.
Looking to throw on second down. Gabriel, that's into the hands of Edwards. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the final pick of the first round in 2018 out of Louisville. It's Lamar Jackson.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50. Let's get the ball.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. Give him 30 yards there.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
Now it's Jackson. He'll take a shot for the end zone, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. And now a look at the offense for Chicago.
And they should come in pretty well rested because they had their open week last week. Ideally, all teams want to have that open week later in the year rather than this early. But you make do with what they give you. So you take the time off.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack. Oh, that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that. And the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you're facing intentional grounding call.
You better bring it.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. They're able to locate Wilson. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under pressure. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Throwing is Jackson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And the Chicago Bears are in the end zone. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. That time, a 9-play drive. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3.
Let's go, baby.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Go! 18 Gator! You!
Penny, the first down carry.
Go! Run!
The 20. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
Cut!
Get it!
On second down, here's Penny. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Rashad Penny, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins have taken the lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's finished off by a Rashad Penny touchdown run. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Now a play fake here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
I'm coming back!
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
You got nothing.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And a completion to Wilson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to have a third down.
Let's get it. Mike 52, Mike 52.
Jackson. And it's caught by Parker. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
His throw caught at about the 5. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he almost flirted with disaster there, but it does get into the end zone before going out, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And here come the Redskins now. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
70, Indy. Out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Gabriel.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him as it is. It'll go as at the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Don't get nervous.
Now a handoff here to his running back. That 2nd down run, a big help as 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now. The Redskins on 3rd down, putting an extra man here in the secondary. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And he brings us up to the 46. Good enough for the first. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Let's go, defense. Hey, here we go. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Now Jackson to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Now Jackson on first down. Throw left side complete. It's Lamb. Touchdown, Chicago! As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are able to regain the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a little dangerous there, almost a penalty, but it does get into the end zone before going over the sideline for a touchback.
Ready to break.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on first down. Gabriel, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. 2nd and long. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
That's how we do it.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. The Redskins send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 20.
Let's go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. This is caught inside the 15. And down to the 11. A huge play there for Chicago. 51 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now it's Jackson. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown as the Bears push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So now we look at the Redskins offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start that.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Rashad Penny with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. We were just saying off-air during halftime, could they mount a comeback, and how would it start? Well, it started in a hurry.
Yeah, they have to get back into the game, right? So if you're going to do that, you think to yourself, we need points right here on the opening drive. But even in their best game plan, did they expect it to be a one-play drive and put the points on the board? Probably not.
No, probably not, but they got it in a big way. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times you just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. Jackson on first down. He's going to go up top, and that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. In for the score as the Bears push further out in front. And man, Charles, talking about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a very good return, but a penalty marker is down.
Personal foul.
I'm not sure what this is going to be.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
On the run, it's Penny. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from one 46 to the other on a pickup of 8. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Gabriel got a man open. It's Sutton. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence. When in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they were calling guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Here's the 2nd and 7. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
That's what I'm talking about, boy.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
I know you felt that.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And this one is right down the middle. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. He has been on his A game. We're in the 3rd quarter. He's already in search of touchdown pass number 5.
He's played so well that it's hard for me to take my eyes off of him, even when he's not on the field. I keep finding my eyes finding him on the bench in between series, wondering what he's going to do next. This has been a blast to watch him play the position.
Yeah, he's been spectacular with those 4 touchdown passes. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And an alley to run. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for Chicago. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go, fellas.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now Jackson, flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
You better be ready next time.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And this is caught inside the 5. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 41 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got it? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up even more big plays.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is up to 18 now. That time a 6-play drive. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Gabriel. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Gabriel. And this is going to be incomplete. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? Let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. The Redskins go for it, but it doesn't pan out. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. They go play action here on 1st down. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Back him up, back him up.
And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. If you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
After the sack on 1st down, Jackson, and this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And is there bad blood here? I mean, go for 2 when you're up that much?
If there wasn't before, there is now. When you do that, you've just announced to everyone, you just don't care about the other side at all. All you care about is what you're doing, and they just want to pile up points.
They did. And that one carries out of the side of the end zone here, so it's a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51. 3 buzz, 3 buzz.
To throw on 3rd down, Gabriel. He's got a man. It's Mitchell. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, Gabriel nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm going to hit you all day.
Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
On 1st down, Gabriel nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Hey, let's go.
The Redskins now going to use the 1st of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Back to throw. Gabriel, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely.
Switch up, switch up.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it? Yeah. This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
The extra point up and good. And that will extend this big lead. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the mess? Under pressure, they got him again.
We got it. We got it.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A big offensive explosion.